Hello, everybody.
Oh, hello.
Today we are going to be doing the start of sort of like 3 video series of Copperajah VMAX decks. I thought about putting them all into one video, but I think it would just made the video very long, which I don't think it needs to be. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to go over one deck profile, and then we're going to go through like a game or two with it, just depending on how the games go. But yeah, I played all of these decks in the Sunday Open, which Neilpire runs. So, mixed success with these decks, but still super early in the format. Maybe one of these decks is something that you are interested in trying out, in adapting. But each of these decks has obviously Copperajah VMAX at the center, but a slightly different element to it that is pretty distinct, that changes the way that the deck operates. So yeah, without any further discussion, this is the first deck. I'm calling it Copperajah Scoops, and we will get into the deck profile and then a couple of games. But yeah, let me know what you think about that. All right, so here is the deck. Yeah, it's, if you're familiar with a bunch of these cards, then it'll be fairly obvious to you what's going on here. But for those of you who maybe aren't as familiar with some of the new cards, the deck really revolves around Copperajah and Copperajah VMAX as the main attackers. We have a 3/3 line of these. Its first attack with the VMAX does 100 or 200 basically if your opponent's active is a basic, which is really good for knocking out a variety of like GXs that aren't tag teams. And even some of the V Pokemon are 200 or under. And then we have the second attack, G-Max Hammer, which does a consistent 240, 4/4 energy. So pretty beefy attacks, to be honest. And also a pretty beefy Pokemon at 340 HP. So that's what we're trying to base this around. In terms of the other Pokemon, we got a couple of Jirachi. I think this is one where, honestly, you might find a reason to cut a couple of other cards and go with a full 4 Jirachi line. That's totally fair. But you also may cut Jirachi entirely thinking, 2 is really not that much. We are running a couple of Zacian. We have 1 Dedenne and 1 Eldegoss, which lets you find a supporter in your discard and put it into your hand when it goes onto the bench. And the other aspect of this engine that is interesting and unique, I would say, is Magnezone. So we have a 2/2 line of Magnezone with rare candies in the middle. And this one lets you attach metal energy from your hand to your Pokemon, just straight up. So great ability, especially for metal Pokemon. So it's a good time to play with this card because it is, I believe that's Ultra Prism, so it will be out of standard after this set. So if ever there was a time to play with Magnezone, this is the format to do it. In terms of the other cards, everything else is pretty standard. We got Quick Balls, we got Incense over Pokecom because we don't have a ton of Pokemon. 16 is fine, but I would rather have the Incense to just grab the Magnezone or the Copperajah VMAX straight up. We have 2 rare candies, 2 scoop up nets for Jirachi. I guess you could use it on Magnezone too, but that's a terrible idea. 3 super scoop ups. That's the other aspect of this. So if you need to heal your Copperajah VMAXs or your Zacians, or even pick up your Dedenne, right? The super scoop ups is what that's for. 4 switches, pretty standard. A couple of Mount Coronets, which lets you get 2 metal energy from your discard pile and put them in your hand. So really good. Throughout the game, you can discard some of that energy, get them back with Mount Coronet, and then just reattach them immediately with the Magnezone. Then we got 2 Boss's Orders for research, 2 Frying Pan and 2 Goggles. I split those because obviously fire weakness can be a problem. And then the Goggles help with the Dragapult matchup. It depends on if Dragapult will start running a lot of Tool Scrapper. So that'll be interesting to see. If they make space for that. I did play against Josh Hatter, I believe, who did run 2 Tool Scrappers because of a game that he played against a Copperajah deck at 2 a.m. the night before. So I was like, well, okay, that, this has a hard time once you Tool Scrap all of my Goggles away. And then 10 energy. To be honest, I would love to actually find more room for more energy. So there might be things you end up cutting from this, like 2 scoop up nets may not matter with Jirachi if you've only got 2 of them. But for now, we're gonna play around with this and see how it goes. Okay, so we're getting into a game now against Flaky21. Shoutouts to you if you happen to see this video ever. We'll call heads. Okay, we do want to go first because we want to evolve into that Magnezone as soon as possible. Okay, interesting. What do we start? I am actually going to start the Zacian because it only has 2 retreat versus 4. And also it doesn't give my opponent an idea of what I'm playing if I start Zacian. So we're playing Inteleon. So they are going to start putting my energy either into my discard or back into my hand. So it's actually very good that we have the Magnezone in this deck. We can get rid of one of these energy. What do we get here? I think that we can actually just go get a Dedenne here. And we can find the Magnemite later. I probably should have looked through my cards, but I think that's what I would do here. I'm gonna grab the Copperajah. Do I bench another one? Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's saucer an energy onto that Copperajah. Let's just go ahead and attach as well to the same Copperajah. Hopefully we find a switch. Now we have Boss's Order in the discard, so that is live. We did not get the Copperajah, the Quick Ball. That is very sad, actually. But hopefully we'll have time against this deck. So we got an Incense, which we don't need. This is a bad draw off that Dedenne. Very bad draw. We do have 2 VMAXs, though. That's not bad. So they won't be able to start taking energy off the board immediately. And they only are able to do that one at a time. So it's actually not terrible for us. But they will be able to snipe 40 damage to one of our Pokemon. So getting those frying pans and other things will be actually pretty valuable for us at this point. Because we can stop some of that bench snipe damage. If we can reduce that by 30, only 30 damage doesn't really worry us too much throughout the course of a game. Would love to have found any other supporter as well. I'm so hesitant though to just throw this Magnezone away. So, okay. We definitely need to find the, well, the good news here is if we can hit Super Scoop Up, we can actually knock out this Inteleon right now. Oh, we got the Rare Candy too. Okay. So let's evolve. And evolve. Let's go ahead and try Super Scoop Up now before we attach energy. We did get it, so we are going to pick this up. We are going to knock this Inteleon V out with its first attack, Dangerous Nose. Yeah. And I am going to put... You know, he could Marnie us. They could Marnie us, so I might put this back down. But there's not really much more that I want to do here. So you're just gonna Dangerous Nose, take these 2 prizes. Copperajah VMAX, turn 2, taking 2 prizes. Who'da thunk it? Okay, more cards we don't need. That's insane. Just need to draw any sort of Quick Ball at this point, or any sort of supporter. But the Mount Coronet, they'll only be able to take off at least 1 energy a turn with this attack. But, man, this is tough. We are in a very bad spot, actually, right now, because they're going to hit us for 160, which puts us at 200, and then another 160 knocks us out. So they are... Okay, they did Marnie us. Good, good. I'm glad I put the Zacian down. I actually am very happy for that Marnie. Okay, so we did get a Quick Ball. They put another Inteleon down, which we can Boss's Order up right now. That actually might be the play. Oh, they focused on putting energy out. Okay, interesting. What we are gonna do here is I don't know if Jirachi is gonna matter, honestly. And I think I'm just gonna take these 2 prizes straight up. So we are gonna grab this Magnemite, and then hopefully on the next turn we can research ourselves into some of the stuff we need. So we will just straight up attach. And we will Boss's Order up that Inteleon. and take another 2 prizes. So we are pretty good. We are in pretty good shape, honestly. Okay, this ain't bad. If we somehow happen to draw into Rare Candy, we will be in a very good spot. So they will only be able to probably attach 1 energy, so they will still be doing that 60 damage Hydro Snipe, which is very good for us. Okay, so we're at 160. So that means 1 attack from their main one will still not really do it for them. We did get a Frying Pan and put that down. I think... I'm tempted to just attach the energy, but at the same time, I can get it back with Coronet. So I'm gonna make my energy live here by putting it in the discard for the Metal Saucers or the Mount Coronet. And unfortunately, we're gonna get rid of a Switch and an Incense, but we gotta research here. We gotta see some more cards. Got the Magnezone. Okay, but that's okay. Oy. Well, what do we do here? We did get 1 energy. I think what we can do is we're never gonna get 3 Copperajah VMAXs out. So I think we can get rid of that. If I'm them, I'm going after my Magnemite on the next turn. We don't have any other... So I think I am gonna grab another Magnemite. Now they could Boss's Order a Magnemite, hit the Magnemite. Oh God, that's what happened at another game. Flashbacks. If I hit them for 100 here and I can get 1 more energy though, that does put them in a weird spot of losing the game. So I'm gonna throw another Magnemite down. I am going to attach a Frying Pan to 1 of them and say, if you want to snipe 1, you won't be able to get through this one, so you'll have to pick. And then we're gonna do 100 damage here. And then all we have to do is find 1 energy on the next turn. 1 energy, and we will take the game here. Because they are not going to be able to knock me out with that 160. They're doing 130, which will put me at 290. And I think they realize that they are, they're going to Boss's Order the one with the pan and then knock out the other Magnemite. Oh, weird. Okay. Take the prizes over. That was very strange. I don't know why. I mean, I guess they figure out they only need 1 energy, so they might as well take a few prizes, but 160, 130 plus 190 is 320. They still don't knock that Copperajah VMAX out, which again, bit odd. Okay, well, we are just gonna research all this away and look for 1 energy. We got it. Got the energy. Yeah. I think 240, 340, yeah. So that will be game. Good games, Flaky. That was a tough one. Basically, we got what we needed when we needed it to quickly take that game. So that is game 1. Let's go on to another game, shall we? All right, next game. Hopefully we can actually get the Magnezone up and running. I think we saw 1 Rare Candy at the beginning of that game off of a Marnie. But they got Marnied away, I should say. But could not find the combo that we needed at any point during the game outside of that. So we do start Jirachi, so that's not bad. Got Jirachi on there. You're gonna go first. So I think we are gonna have to, unfortunately, get rid of a Copperajah VMAX. We did get a Copperajah, okay. I think we can just Dedenne this whole hand away. Mount Coronets, Metal Saucers, all of that is good stuff. Okay, well, let's go ahead and Stellar Wish here. See if we can find, we got the Rare Candy. And now I just need a Quick Ball. If I can get a Quick Ball, this will be a very, very good game for us. So we are gonna throw this down. Let's Scoop Up Net this Jirachi, put another Jirachi out. Stellar Wish, we did get the Quick Ball. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Yeah. I think what we can do here actually is we can just Quick Ball away that other Jirachi. Get ourselves a Magnemite. And hopefully things will look pretty good for us on the following turns. So we have the combo we need if we don't get Marnied. I just really hope we don't get Marnied here. But I'm going to put all of this into my hand. I could have attached it. That probably might have been a good way to avoid the Marnie situation if I just attached it to Zacian, but I would prefer to attack with Copperajah VMAX. So it looks like we're playing against Dragapult. And Dragapult does run... Yeah, Dragapult does run Marnies, usually. So that would be very, very unfortunate. If I get Marnied, turn 1. But it looks like that's what's about to happen. If they're guruing, putting something on top so that they can draw back into it with Marnie. Scoop Up Net, get that out of the active. Are they going to research? Is that what's happening here? No, okay, just the bite for 10. Very strange. Okay, lucky for us, we did not get Marnied. So we are going to incense here, grab ourselves a Magnezone. What else we got? We got the Eldegoss. We have 1 boss's order left in deck. We have all of our goggles. So the goggles are going to be important for us in this matchup. Rare Candy into that. Let's evolve into that. Everything is good here. Everything is coming up Millhouse, if you will. Yep. Okay. We are going to Stellar Wish first, actually, because I have a switch. Okay. Do get the pan. I don't really care about the frying pan, though. Do we grab anything? I don't think we grab anything here. I have the switch, so we might as well play it. Go into the Copperajah VMAX. See if we can find 1 energy, and we cannot, apparently. That's super frustrating. Wow. That was very weird. We are gonna put the Metal Goggles onto the VM. I should have put it onto the Zacian. That was my bad. Not thinking on that one, but man. Actually, I should have put it on a Magnezone. Let's put another Magnemite. No, I'm gonna save that spot for now. Man, that was unfortunate, not drawing into 1 energy. Or a Mount Coronet, or anything, really. But we are gonna do this. We'll hit 200 here, which ain't bad. And hopefully they are in a tough spot here. Because they need the evolution, another energy. Maybe they have that all in hand. Maybe that's what they gurued up, but we are gonna hope. Okay, they just scoop it there. I think they just had a terrible, terrible hand to start. But yeah, so we did get the Magnezone up and running on that one. Yeah, I don't know if I think I'll play another game. I may not actually put that in the video, but I think those were 2 interesting games that sort of show you how this deck goes. I think with the Metal Goggles, though, you do want to protect your Magnezone on the bench. That's one thing that I did not do that I should do. But, you know, still learning the deck myself a little bit. All right, so yeah, that was Copperajah Scoops. You didn't really get to see a lot of scoops come into play, but you kind of see what the deck is about. The first game we just went, did really well. The second game we did get the Magnezone up, which felt good. And then our opponent just had a very bad, start. So unfortunately, couldn't get that game in proper. But you kind of get the idea of the deck, how it plays. But yeah, let me know what you think about the deck. And also, if you want to see me playing some of these decks prior to these types of videos, I am streaming on Twitch now. I don't have a proper schedule. Definitely reach out to me on Twitter or follow me on Twitter if you want to know exactly when that might happen. But yeah, streaming on Twitch. I'll put a link somewhere around here. Other than that, just expect the next 2 Copperajah videos to come out the 2 days after this. So we have 2 more Copperajah videos. And yeah, I will catch y'all in a future video. Carpe awesome.